Hey fire signs, this one's for you. Gonna be doing an energy reading for this week, so if you're curious what might be going on, stick around. We're about to get into it. All right, as you can see, I'm doing things a little bit different. Got a new setup here, and I just wanted to not be on camera this week. This is just what I was feeling, so I'm just like, all right, let's try something new. So I rolled with it, and here we are. So, gonna do the cards the same as normal, but you get to see a different point of view, which is pretty fun. I'm excited for you guys to have the overhead, because I always talk about that. So let's get into it. Let's see what card comes out. Nope, too many. Ooh. The Assassin, Ruthlessness, Conviction. Interesting. I don't think I've gotten this one, so yeah, I'm definitely going to have to read this page for sure. All right, 26. All right. It's time for you to learn the same lesson. You are facing a difficult decision, and it feels like there's no right answer, but your instinct is telling you what you must do, even if you don't want to do it. So instead of dragging your feet, get it over with quickly. There's relief to be found on the other side of the fallout. Oh man. So yeah, just having to do something even though you don't want to do it. Oh man. Yeah, that is a tough one. So let's see how that's showing up for you guys. And yeah, let's get into it. Wow. Dang. I don't pull reversals if you're curious. Oh, I forgot to say, if you guys want to skip ahead, you're welcome to. Whoa. Ace of Cups. Wow. Wow. Dang. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. All right. So you guys get to see the spread. I'm really excited about that, except for the last two cards that I had to put over here. But yeah, so we're starting with the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm feeling like you're going through a time where you're really going to need to have compassion for yourself. And the Queen of Pentacles coming out is a very nurturing card. This is nurturing, compassion, Mother Earth type energy. And I'm seeing that with this, it's funny because I hadn't even brought it up yet, but in the planets right now, Venus is entering Cancer today specifically. And so I was going to bring that up to you guys, but I didn't realize it was going to be off the bat like that. But yeah, so Venus entering Cancer is going to make you kind of slow down and really reflect on a lot of things. You might feel the urges to, be pretty reclusive, maybe go into hermit energy, kind of just be on your own just to reflect and heal. And with us starting with the Queen of Pentacles and there being this connection to the intuition, I feel like right now you need to be listening to your inner world more than ever. You need to stop listening so much to outer nonsense, I heard, which is really interesting. Maybe really pull back from anything that is kind of harmful. Sometimes you can kind of dabble in toxic things and not have it like linger onto you, but when you are really in a vulnerable place, it's not good to be in those kind of environments. So it's kind of crucial to be on your own and continue this work. And I feel like maybe you have to set this into action with your words. Maybe you need to set a boundary with some people like, hey, I need some time on my own to work on some things. So if you could just like give me a minute, while I get my life together or my thoughts or whatever it is, there's really no need to be shameful about needing to take space just for yourself. I think people feel really guilty about not being able to hang out with certain people or having to cancel on plans because of their mental state. But I think it's very important to take those mental days for yourself and really know when you can go hang out with people and when it's not the right time, because it's not always good for you. So moving on to the Queen of Swords, I know I was dabbling onto here with intentions, but this is the way that I read this spread. I know this spread is weird. This is just something I made up. This isn't anything. This isn't an actual like thing to follow. I don't know. I mean, you can follow it if you want. I don't give a shit. But anyways, all right, with the Queen of Swords, so this is really trusting that intuition that you needed to set that boundary and use that authority. I know it's interesting because it's kind of backwards. I usually feel like the intention comes first, but maybe you know, oh man, hold on. There's something here with the order of that. Okay, so I think with the Queen of Pentacles being first, it's kind of like you knew you needed to do this to nurture yourself, and then you did it, and then kind of the intention of, oh, I see how, oh man, yeah, it's like an unlikely situation taught you something in another area of your life. Oh wow, this is coming through in a really interesting way. So yeah, I'm seeing that you stepped into this energy. You trusted that you needed to nurture and take care of yourself right now, and you did that, but it also taught you how to hear the intention in that area of your life. You see how it's like I heard this voice and it applied in a different area. So it's like some advice or some feeling taught you something in a larger way, like maybe in a broader scale than what the actual thing was. It's like, okay, I'm getting sick, so I need to slow down. But really that slowing down taught you something else. It's like, oh, I didn't need to get sick in order to slow down. I needed to listen to myself before I went out and do that crazy thing and got sick. Does that make sense? I should have slowed down before the universe had to slow me down. Really weird way of getting to that point, but it was kind of hard for me to decipher that. Anyways, moving on. It taught you about what you wanted and what would bring balance into your life, and it's listening to yourself. It's listening to that inner authority and trusting when it's like, okay, I want this. I'm going to trust that. I've actually been stepping into that energy today of like just listening to myself and not negotiating about everything that I want to do. You know, it's like, okay, I want to do this. Oh, but this, and that. It's like, who gives a fuck? I want to do it. So I'm going to do it. I think that I've really stopped myself from living an authentic life because of overthinking and what I should be doing or shouldn't be doing. So anytime you hear shoulda, coulda, woulda in your head, that statement that it's saying, oh, you should have done this, you invalidated yourself with that one word, right? So yeah, I feel like this is really teaching you how to see, how to trust what you want and how to bring that into your life in a balanced way, because you can do what you want, but are you balancing it out with what you need, you know? And that's, I feel like, the real thing that we need to do. It's like sometimes we can't put everything in a box or live by what other people do or compare one thing to something else. It's like there's just too many nuances and boxes nowadays. It's just you can't live your life by a guideline anymore. The Bible is like that worked back then, like living by a guideline, but now it's hard to live in that same way because we're in a new age. This is a new world and we're figuring it out. Look at that. Next, it's like we're looking at this new world that we're living right now and stepping into, and we're like, wow, the old ways that I was being is not going to work in this one. We're going to have to shift and change in order to find what we really want, whatever we find fulfilling. And just making that intention of like, I want to live an authentic, intentional, pure, whatever life to what you want it to be. What, you know, if whatever your balance is, whatever your best is, the universe is going to help you get that with the Temperance card there. So, you know, I feel like moving on to here, it's like you're going to find that contentment. But in that contentment, you know, let's see. I'm going to have to stare at this for a second. Hold on. I really feel like this is talking about no longer like wanting to live a mediocre life and settling. Like this is really like my focus is really drawn to this 10 of Cups and going from the 7 of Cups to the 10. It's like this is really you trying to figure out what can make your world fulfilled emotionally. And that's where, you know, the Temperance comes in and starts shifting things around and makes all these adjustments. So I feel like, you know, there is going to be this adjustment period this next month of really having to look at our life, and although we're content, we got to figure out and look at what's making us not content. What is bringing this? What is how do I explain this? what is missing? You know, what is making it so that you go from the 9 to the 10? What are you missing? And in order to find that, it takes a lot of this. You go through a lot of ups and downs. You face your own inner devil, and you're blindfolded temporarily to look inside and figure out what's keeping you stuck. Because you know it's you. Nobody can stop you in this outer world. There's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. If you're wanting something, if your intuition is telling you to do something, to go for something, there's some reason that you got to face this. So stop running from it and dive in. Because on the other side of that thing, like it talked about, on the other side of all of this, we go from the 9, we go through this, and then we find that 1. So face yourself. Because you're going to find exactly what you're looking for in all of this. You just got to get to the other side of it, just like we said in the beginning. And then after that, the Fool card. New beginnings arise. Your timeline shifts and you go in a direction that leads you towards you. Not this downplayed version that you're doing right now. Open up all the way. Stop judging yourself. Stop worrying so much. Worrying and judgment is a waste. You can be aware. You can observe. But you don't have to make a statement about it. You don't have to have an opinion about every little thing. So when you let go of all your opinions of yourself, that's all you're left with. You know, just your necessities. So in order to go through this, you got to not judge your darkness. You got to not judge your shadow. You got to hang out with him. This ugly motherfucker right there. And I say ugly with love, right? You know, we have beautiful sides and we have ugly sides. And that's okay because they're both the same. You know, they're both good, they're both bad, they both have their pros, they both have their cons. But what I see you stepping into after you finally let go of all of this pain, all of this resentment, all of this inner fear, I see you finding your voice and living a life freer than you've ever known before. This is so free and light and fun. And you put an ending to what wasn't serving you anymore. All by trusting yourself and the universe to help you through that in order to bring you forward and send you on your way without the baggage of this. You know, this is gone. It's a closed chapter, you know? You're moving forward to a different chapter of your life. And look at that. See that? All right, let's move on to the next deck. That's special. Just a few confirmational messages. The Empress. Beautiful. Trusting your intuition. Yeah, this is all about trusting yourself. You're learning. Even if what you want wouldn't make somebody else happier, somebody else wouldn't want that. Yeah, you're being called to move on and move forward. For sure. And let go. Call to let go and find deeper authenticity within yourself. That's what this card says in the book. You are called to find a greater authenticity within yourself. Because you know it's there. You know you're not there right now. And so it's time to embark on a journey. You have your light. You have your spirit team, which symbol of a giraffe here, but yeah, you're being sent forward. But it's going to take a lot of patience because this journey is going to take some time and it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. Like, this is not easy to face. But I got you back. You have support. It's going to be up and down as fuck. There's nothing to worry about. Because I feel like this isn't some long road. Yeah, it's time to take action. Communication is key. Who do you need to talk to? Communicate whatever you're feeling, whatever you need to. It doesn't have, like, not every conversation, even though it's about something, like, intense, it doesn't have to be intense. Does that make sense? It's like a tough topic, but it doesn't have to be a scary conversation if you move forward in it purely, you know, and not full of hate or fear or whatever, but full of trust. It's like, hey, I really need to talk about this. Believe in the impossible, yeah. You know, all those negative outcomes that you project into your mind. Oh my God, yeah. It's time to release negativity. All of those negative projections you create in your mind are 99.9% likely to happen. No, not happen is what I meant to say. Like, it's not like, when has the negative shit you've imagined actually gone down? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, rarely ever, you know? So maybe imagine some nice stuff, some positive things happening too, on top of those scary negative things. Interact and relate. Yeah, community, support, like I just said. You have so much support around you. And it's time to really connect with your traditions, your family, your community. That's going to be crucial to getting through all of this because it's not easy. Answer the call. OMG. What did I freaking say? With call right here. See that? Answer the call. They're calling you to move in a different direction because what you are in is not serving you anymore. Family connections, wow, respect, people, kinship. They are really highlighting your community at this time. So don't be afraid. Have courage. Oh my God. Don't be afraid. Have courage. Oh my God. That's so crazy. Yeah. So, the cards are just reiterating what I'm telling you. You know, they're saying everything is going to be okay. You're going to go through some shit. Like, I'm not going to say this is all hunky dory, but on the other side of the bullshit is the cup that creates your 10 of cups. So can you brave the journey? Can you leave your comfort zone? Go out into the wild and experience a bunch of fun, crazy things. Find that cup and land here. And look what it's covering. You got this.